Hello. Boy, I tell you, it's tough getting old. Yeah, I look in the mirror and all I see is an ugly old man. And I look again and all I see is an ugly old man. So I said to my wife, look, every time I look in the mirror, all I see is an ugly old man. Could you give me a compliment to boost my mood? She said, sure, your vision is perfect. Speaking of senior citizens, these three old guys are talking, and the one guy says, man, my memory's gone. I could plan my own surprise party. My mind doesn't work at all. And the second guy goes, yeah, I walk in a room, I don't know what I went in there for, my mind's gone. The third guy said, boy, I want you to know my mind is crystal clear. I remember everything, my mind works great. I hope I never deteriorate like you two guys, knock on wood. Excuse me, there's somebody at the door. That one has legs. What do you call a black astronaut? An astronaut, you racist. So I'm in Ohio, out on the highways and stuff. I look over in a field and there's a three-legged chicken. So I start to drive like 20 miles an hour and the chicken's keeping up with me. Then I speed up to 60 miles an hour. There's that chicken running right next to me. And I saw him tuck into a farm. So I drive in there and I see the farmer. I said, did you see that three-legged chicken? He said, yeah, well, when my son comes over to eat, we need there's three of us, so we bred that chicken to have 3 legs. I said, well, that's great. Well, how does it taste? He said, I don't know, we never caught one. Now, under the English Channel, they built this tunnel, right? And so you can go right from England to France, drive, right? But they were losing a lot of money because so many people were carpooling. In fact, they even made a name for it. They call it the carpool tunnel syndrome. The last time I was camping, I look over there and this guy had dropped his jacket in an outhouse and he's fishing the jacket out with a rake. I said, my gosh, you're not going to wear that again, are you? He said, no, but I left a sandwich in the pocket. You got a laugh over here? Ronald Reagan told me never to be a name dropper. You're right, it didn't work. What's the difference between broccoli and a booger? Kids don't eat broccoli. What do you call it when a dinosaur passes gas? A blast from the past. So, before they made Channel Islands the college, they used to have Camarillo State Mental Hospital. And I actually went on a tour there one time. And I look in this padded room, and there's a guy, he's in a straitjacket, and he's banging his head against the wall saying, Mary, Mary, Mary. I said, what's the problem with this guy? He said, oh, it's a really sad story. He was engaged to the love of his life the week before the wedding. She ran off with his best friend, and he just never recovered. And then we go into another building, and I look in a room, and there's a guy with a straitjacket, padded cell, banging his head against the wall, saying, Mary, Mary, Mary. I said, aren't we in another building? Is that the same guy? He goes, oh no, that's the guy that married Mary. So I was at a bar and I was drinking responsibly, and they said, hey, could you give this guy a ride home? He lives near you. And I said, sure, I got the gift of help. Yeah, sure. So I help him off the stool. He just falls on the ground. So I kind of drag him out to my car. I kind of stand him up to get my keys. He just falls on the ground. So I kind of stuff him in the back seat. We get to his house. I figured he'd be ready to go by now, so I put him outside. He just falls in the mud. So I kind of scrape him off, and I drag him up to the door, and his wife answered the door. I said, hi, I brought your husband home. She said, thanks, but where's his wheelchair?